Should you quit your 8 to 5, 9 to 5, 10 to 6 job to start a business? Should you throw away your job? Should you walk away from your firm, walk away from your boss, walk away from all of it to plunge into this world where you start your own job, you start your own business? Should you do that? Okay, that is what I want to talk about in this video. Before I start, let me put up a disclaimer. This is one of those topics that I'm not particularly confident and comfortable talking about because, first and foremost, it's something that I feel like I have not attained the level of growth that would give me the confidence to actually give people advice. And secondly, it's something that I'm still growing within, some that I'm still having conversations with myself and still trying to chatter my path and find my own voice. So that makes me, I wouldn't say not confident because I'm fairly a confident person, but it just makes me wary and aware and mindful when I have those conversations, because the goal of this channel is to tell you things that have worked for me, is to give you lessons. And if I haven't actually lived through something, it might be difficult for me to tell you with any degree of certainty to do it or not. But today I'm going to have to break that through and have this conversation, because I feel like so many people make decisions that they will later regret. So many people walk away from their jobs in the name of following their dreams, while in actual fact it's impatience. So many people close opportunities, close doors to opportunities, close doors to building relationships in the name of, oh, I just want to follow my dreams, I just want to start my business, I'm an entrepreneur. Well, in actual fact, you are actually burning some bridges that could have been useful for you. So we are going to have that conversation today. Should you or should you not quit your 9 to 5 to start a business or to do any other thing? Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Petronella Mnenja. I'm an author, I'm a consultant, I'm a speaker. My book is called From Goka to Oxford, The Girl Who Dared to Dream. It's available on Amazon, and I'm happy to let you know that as we start the new year, there are 2 more books coming and I'm so excited. In today's video, I want to talk about something that's topical in the world that we live in today. It's follow your dreams, do what makes you happy, follow your passion, be your own boss, be your own person. I absolutely love that. I absolutely adore that. I want that for myself. I want that for my friends. I want that for you. But what I do not want you to do is to make rushed decisions in the name of following your goals, is to make rushed decisions in the form of starting a business and just set a trap for yourself that will just come back to bite you in the future. So what I'm going to do is to just give you a few things to think about before you actually do that, before you actually decide on whether or not you should keep your job. The first thing that I want you to think about is most businesses are built on reputation and they are built with capital. And usually for you to have those 2 things, you need a track record. So that's a proven experience of things that you have done. And one easy way of doing that is having a job where you can actually say, I've worked as part of this team, I achieved this as part of the team, I did these things, I did those things. And I'm not saying that the only way for you to get that is through a job, but that's the most common way of doing it. It's through a job. You build your name, you build a reputation, you build results, you build your credibility through a particular job. So if you do not understand that value, the value of what that brings, you might just look at your job as a curse, as a bad thing, as something that stops you and you just want to get to be done away with. Yeah, I understand where you might be coming from, but I want you to have this conversation with yourself. Is it really what I want to do because I want to follow my dreams, or am I just impatient? Or it's the topical thing, isn't it? I want to make a change, I want to have impact, I want to change the world. I don't have impact in my job, I feel like I'm not heard, I feel like it's very dangerous to make lifelong decisions based off of emotions. It's very dangerous to make lifelong decisions based off of your thoughts in that particular moment. So it's have a long conversation with yourself. Do I really have this job because I'm not making impact, or I'm not being patient? Because if you want to become a good business person, if you want to understand and to develop the skills, look at all the people that have made it. They didn't just work up and become billionaires or become successful. They went through a process, and I'm always for the process. So the first thing that I need you to think about is you need reputation and you need capital, and you get reputation through a job or through consistently producing results in a one capacity or another. So before you think about just throwing your job, think about those things. Do I have enough capital to sustain my dreams? Do I have enough capital to actually live, take care of myself, take care of my family, take care of my bills while I'm pursuing these dreams? Do I have enough capital to actually finance my dreams? Do I have the track record that would give people the confidence to invest in me? So one thing that I'll tell you is, I'm not saying this to keep you where you are. I'm not saying this to keep you stuck. I don't even want that for you. One thing about me, if you know me, is I'm very vivacious. I'm very aspirational. I have big goals. I want to have a consultant. I set one when I finished at uni and it didn't take off as I wanted. And I was angry, but I understood something. I understood what the market was looking for. The market was looking for someone with a track record. The market was looking for a consultant who has actually executed projects. And instead of getting angry at the world and just keep pushing in that direction, I had a step back and I had honest conversations with myself. Munya, you want to do this, but in this particular stage in your life, is that possible? And the answer was no. And what did I do? I went back to school. I added to my knowledge. I got a job that's in line with what I want to do in the future. And I'm consistently building the track record, building the credibility, building the reputation that I would need to one day go into that field, take over and just shine. So before you think about just walking out of it, think about those like real considerations, those real things that actually are meaningful and what it actually means to start a business. It's not as easy as people make it sound. It's not as glamorous, and there is a reason why most startups don't take off. It's not because the people are not smart. It's not because they're not competent. It's because sometimes they are ill-conceived and we overlook some of those real things. One of my favorite speakers, preachers, teachers of all time is Miles Monroe, and when he teaches about this subject, he talks about letting your job finance your work being your purpose, your work being that which drives you, that which you're passionate about outside of your 8 to 5. And I absolutely agree with you. If you work your 9 to 5 and you feel like you want something more, how about when you finish at 5, give yourself the discipline of 2 hours a day. If your boss asks you to do something, you do it. If your boss asks you to do something as degrading as taking the rubbish out or to clean the floors, in as much as you may not be comfortable, in as much as you may not feel like you want to do it, you do it because it's expected of you. But how about you show yourself the same respect with your dreams, and instead of leaving that job, you invest 3-4 hours after work to actually build the dream, to build it and sustain it to a point where you can leave your job and still survive and still flourish. I'm not trying to stuff you, and there is never a moment where you be like, oh, I'm so ready, everything is in place. But I'm simply saying, in as much as that moment will never come where all the stars are aligned and everything is perfect, you can set a stage for yourself by being prepared, by putting in the work that you're supposed to do into building the reputation needed and the capital needed. And the second thing that I want you to think about is explore the motive. Explore the motive. Why do you want to start your business? Why do you want to start your business? If your answer is, I want to make more money, then hey, you stop, go back to your job, work, grow. Because I'm one person who follows vividly. I follow vividly billionaires. I follow successful people. I follow all of them. And if you look at their life's work, they have been successful because they were solving a problem. I think a good example on this is Elon Musk. You know, like he is persistently and consistently trying to solve the energy problem. He's trying to solve climate change. He's trying to provide solutions to problems. So if your motive to wanting to start a business is simply to make money, then maybe you need to stop and actually reflect. What problem are you trying to solve? What gap in the market are you trying to fill? What gap are you trying to solve? What problem are you trying to solve? Don't just come up with an idea one day and then you throw everything that you've worked for, you throw all the relationships, everything away because you've had that one idea, one big idea in the moment. Examine your motives. Examine why you want to do what you want to do. Why do you want to do it? If it's simply to make money, if it's simply to just if it's simply to just make money, then maybe you shouldn't do it. Explore your motive, unless and until you're at a place of peace, unless and until you're at a place where you are clear on your objectives, unless and until you're in a place where you know exactly what you want to do and why you want to do it. Maybe hold off on making permanent decisions. And the third thing that I want you to think about is be careful of making people's personal experiences doctrine. Be careful of making people's personal experiences doctrine. And this applies even to me. Maybe you follow me because my story inspires you. Maybe you follow me because you like the way I speak. Maybe you follow me. I don't even know the reason why you would follow me. But for whatever reason, you need to understand that my story is my story. And my story can inspire yours, but they can never be two identical stories. So we have a problem where people take people's personalized dealings and make them into doctrines. Because what usually happens when I have this conversation with people, they throw Steve Jobs in my face. They throw Zuckerberg, oh, he dropped out of school. Oh, he dropped out of school. And I'm like, why is it that you can't go beyond those two people? Yes, there are a lot of other people that have dropped out of colleges. There are a lot of people that have done that, but it has worked for them. Think about which school were they at in the first place. Steve Jobs was at Harvard, so the dude was really smart to start with, and he dropped out because he had found a solution to a problem. He went to school, he didn't like what he saw because it wasn't speaking to him and his problems, and he found a solution, and then that's why he dropped out. Why are you wanting to drop out of school or a job? What problem have you identified? How universal is it? What can you do to solve it? Don't just throw people, they dropped out of school, they did this. Think about all other things. What school were they in? What's the problem? Why did they drop out? What plan did they have? What did they do? I am all for risking everything for your dreams. I am all for going all out to pursue what you want. But I'm also for being real. I am also for being real and having honest conversations with yourself. Don't make people's personalized dealings your doctrines. That's dangerous. It's misleading. And in as much as the person will inspire you, in as much as they will motivate you, their story is usually their story. You have your own story. And before you step out and try to be an anomaly and try to be that one person, just be honest with yourself. Just be honest with yourself. Okay, guys, I have so many things to say on this. So many things to say on this. But I'll just conclude by saying, let's not live up to the stereotypes of being a very impatient generation. It's everything is instant, isn't it? You don't have to ask out a girl. You can just swipe right on Tinder or swipe left. You don't have to go on a date and buy an expensive meal. You can just Netflix and chill. You don't have to wait to watch an entire episode and watch an episode a day like we used to do, waiting for a movie on ATV or BTV where we would wait that week for that episode. No, you can just have Netflix and binge watch the entire thing. Everything is on our fingertips. Everything is accessible. And because of that, we might be living in this bubble where we just want everything to happen instantly, everything to just fall in place, everything to just be aligned. But hey, life is not that simple. It's complicated. It's complex. There are a lot of things going on, and just make sure that you have honest conversations with yourself before you leave your job. Do you have the reputation? Do you have the capital? Do you have the track record? Do you have the credibility to provide that service to people's satisfaction? If your answer to those questions is no, maybe give yourself time to grow. Maybe grow a little in your job. Learn a little more. Be patient. Cultivate yourself. Grow. I am all for the law of process. I am all for growth, because one thing that I know is if you consistently grow, if you do what you're supposed to do, when the time is right, the world will open its doors to anyone who knows where they're going. So don't be impatient. Don't be over ambitious. Don't make crazy decisions. And don't make people's personal experiences doctrines. Every story is unique. And unless and until you are confident to step out as an anomaly, it's good to follow what's there and just find constructive ways to break down barriers and charter a path for yourself. Don't do it from a place of impatience and ignorance. Do it from a place of preparedness, growth, and I'm sure you'll be okay. As always, let me know what you think, guys, in the comments. I absolutely want to hear your thoughts on this subject. It's been an honor, and see you next time.